It's only a model. Shh.
We're nice to the round table, not round the square or triangle. We come to hang and chat like a gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice to the round table, our host is formidable. He runs his train, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby-matic in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Quite incomprehensible. To wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hi everybody, Andy, you say we have reverb? Are we getting some sort of interference on the sound, or is the sound good? Sound is okay? Okay, good. So, anyhow, happy Friday, fellow Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Hope you're all well on that side of the computer screen. Yeah, crazy week in a mild way. In a mild way. Oh, you had 2 shows on. Okay, so it was you. All right. Yeah, I had big hopes for today's show. I had big hopes because I was supposed to be getting a new locomotive and a new train. Were supposed to be coming in this week. They were supposed to be here Wednesday. And then I got notified that they were held up in Memphis, Tennessee. They come from Europe and flew into Memphis with FedEx. And then on Thursday, I get an email that says they can't release it because they don't know what it is. So the shipper or the importer has to tell them what's in the box. It's like, this has never come up in 50, 60 packages I've gotten from Model Bond Shop Lipa. This has never come up. And so I had to answer these questions. What is it? What is the purpose of it? And is it plastic or metal? And I was like, it's a model train, it's plastic and metal, and the purpose is to play with it. But there it is. So anyhow, let's go and say hello to everybody who is here on the list. And I saw some other names that are not currently on the list that were here earlier. So we've got Sir Christopher from Christopher's Hobby Blog is here. Sir Colin of Wykes is here. Sir Brian of Finnerton Central is here. Sir Andy the Hot Dog Pilot is here. Sir Jean Ricard is here. Sir Dwight of Curly is here. Sir Gary of Leicester Station and TMD is here. Sir Leslie of Gilpin is here. Sir March West Junction. Sir Andrew of March West Junction is here. Sir Mick, the Royal Bartender, is here. Sir Dino, Model Railway Shed is here. Sir Clive of Newland Railway is here. Sir Peter Jackson of Cheadle Heath is here. Sir Rayron is here. Welcome in. And the CEO of All the Nights, Sir Tim of Dowd, is here. I saw Sir Efo was here earlier, as were a couple of others. So if you're hanging in the background and it's spoken earlier and I didn't mention you, just pop something in so that you're on the list and I can say hello again. It's hard to believe it's Friday again, but hey, there's Sir Chris of Valley's 56. Sir Chris from the Valley is here. That's great to have you. So yeah, I really had big hopes of showing off a couple of new items, and anyhow, so they finally released it yesterday morning and said it would be here today. And then today's here, and it left Memphis yesterday, and then 5 a.m. this morning, it's back in Memphis. So Lord knows when I'm getting this. It's an aggravation. It's a happy problem because, you know, this is not like somebody's sick or somebody. It's what we always call a happy problem, okay? It's, even if it's a problem, it's not worth complaining about, but it's aggravating to me nonetheless. So that's what's going on there. Somebody else. Oh, Sir Mav is here. By the way, we always want to say hello to anybody who watches later in the background. Sir Mark and Sir Mark and Sir Mark. There are three Marks that usually watch. Sir Jim, who often watches in the background. And of course, many of you may have noticed that our Sergeant at Arms, Sir Joseph Agliato, is not been here recently. He is now living in China. He moved from Florida to China. So it is not a convenient hour for him. I hate to take away his membership, but I just wanted to say hi to him. So if he watches on replay as he can, that we're still thinking of you, Joseph. Hope you're happy in your new home now that you and your wife are back together in China. So just want to let you know we have not forgotten about you, dear friend, our Sergeant at Arms. We may have to think about, do we knight an acting Sergeant at Arms when Joseph isn't here? And that would lead to all kinds of debates because my good friend Sir Christopher would be one of the first ones I would nominate for that job. But anyhow, I hope you're all well. I know some of you have had things going on. And just can do nothing but just wish you the best. Anyhow, so let's go straight into the trains. Although I will mention, I think everybody knows because I posted it. We did last weekend, I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday, we broke 2,000 subs on this channel, which I don't want any congrats or anything like that. But it's, you know, it is a new plateau and it's it's mind-boggling to say the least. Because in the end, as I've said 1,000 times and I'll say it again, The only numbers that matter are the people who come to the live streams and the people who like and comment on my videos. So I could have 10,000 subs, but if I only have 100 people watching videos and 30 people give it a like and 20 people comment, that 20 to 30 people that give it a like and give it a comment or both, those are the people that are important. The others, really, they don't matter that much because they're subscribed, but they don't interact on the channel. They're not involved. And it's nice to have that number of subscribers, but I just saw a guy channel, he's got 100 subscribers, but he's got 5 videos that have 20,000 views each. And I'm like, people are watching his videos like that and they're not subscribing? What's up? So it's, to me, it's the people who watch and comment, who like and comment on the video that are important to me. Hey, there's Monsville. Great to have you here. Welcome back, World War II Rebel. Great to have you here, Sir Rebel, Knight of the rhomboid table. And remember, always feel free to advertise your channel or another model train or comedy related channel or hobby related. You know, could be World War II model building, diorama building, Warhammer, whatever. Just no politics, no religion. We keep that stuff right out of here. It will be deleted quickly if you bring it in. Unless you make jokes about royalty. That's okay, because I'm an American and we got to go after royalty. But anyhow, let's look at what we're running today. It's a weird mix, people. It's a weird mix. No theme today. Yeah, I'll run that one because I had plans. I had plans. And then the plans got thrown out the window when stupid FedEx can't seem to figure out how to deliver a package. In the time it's taken them 3 days, I could have driven down to Tennessee, picked it up, and come back. Not that I want to spend that money in gas, but I could have. So let's see, what trains are we running today? All right, well, here you go. In the front, we've got the fictional ICE-3 American Amtrak. There was never such a train, but it is the United States Amtrak, and it's a German ICE-3. We have a Czech Railjet running today. Last week we had the Austrian. Now we're running the Railjet in disguise in Czech because you never know when an Australian will try to steal a Railjet again, so it's in its Czech disguise. We are running the UK's famous Flying Scotsman today. And then we have an Alex regional locomotive. That is a class 223 diesel locomotive, if you guys want to know. And then behind that, I'm running my new little German fire department train, that little kitty set I bought. And I'm running that with a class 249, which is called a dual mode. It is both diesel and electric. And then way in the back, I'm running a class 221 it's made by ESU. Anyhow, it's Piko for the Amtrak. It's a Piko Railjet locomotive with Roco cars. It's Märklin on the Flying Scotsman. It's Roco on the Alex locomotive. It's Märklin on the 249 in red. And then in the back, that's an ESU locomotive. So that's what I got running today. Hopefully you guys don't mind the odd mix of trains I have going. We're going to get them in motion. And hopefully we can enjoy watching them all go round and round and round. Just bear with me. I'm still moving these guys around and changing screens to move the other trains. I'm going to run that guy kind of slow. All right, I think that's everybody in motion. And then I need this one guy powered up, so... Where are you? Where are you? Come on, where are you? Where are you? Don't mind me, folks. I'm talking to myself and not enjoying the conversation at all. Good, where are you? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now I can come back to the chat. Hey, did I see Tammy and Ray came in? Hello, Tammy and Ray. You can see the crane. Good. I've got the sound on the Flying Scotsman right now. I believe it does, but I can't swear to it, EFO. And let me speed that guy up. I got him going a little too slow. All right, I'm going to start with the multicam, the multi-view here, so you can kind of see. Oh, I got to get the floor going. I'm sorry. I do got to get the floor going. So let me go to the floor cam real quick and let you see what's running today. On the floor, we are running the Azuma, and then we're running the Duchess of Sutherland. Yeah, plenty of clearance there. Okay. Oh, I got that board in the way. Hang on. Out of the way enough. Yep, okay. Not quite. How's that? Is that better? A little better. I got nowhere to set that right now. Okay. I think that's good enough. Hey, Sir Steve from the 87th Peace app. How are you? Yes, so we got the Duchess versus the Flying Scotsman. All I need is Mallard running, and you'd have my three favorite UK steamers. So now let's go back to the multicam, and then I'll go to the up closes. But anyhow, I was talking about having 2,000 subs. Yeah, the only thing with the Flying Scotsman is that Märklin needed to give it a light, slightly lighter green, shinier finish, and Märklin just doesn't tend to do gloss finishes. Got a box of DCC chips delivered this morning. 7 8-pin, 2 6-pin. One next 18, 1 21-pin, and a partridge in a pear tree. You took today off. Well, I hope it was a good reason to take today off. Sometimes you just have a personal day or personal time, and you just say, you know what, I'm going to use it. So, yeah, I put some smoke in the Flying Scotsman, but as usual, the smoker unit in it doesn't necessarily want to work entirely. I should have known the chips I bought to put in my locomotives were bad. They said Doritos on the side. Oh, you got a Kronbacher. Oh, Mick, I'm jealous. I wish I were there. Hello, Sir Lee. Welcome in. And you're sitting in the parking lot at work. Hi, Von Don Eisenbahn. Von Don Eisenbahn. Wilhelm and Billy and the gang there at Von Don Eisenbahn. You're on the coffee. Ugh, can't do coffee. Yes, it could, Ifo. Ifo, I've already been talking to Jean Ricard about what other cars could I put with it. I just grabbed some of my, let me switch this camera around for now. There we go. I just grabbed some of my red Deutsche Bahn cargo cars to throw with it, just to have something to go with it, make it look a little bit more formal. I know it's not prototypical, it's not right. It was just something to make it worth running the full thing, because I did have a special request by a friend to say, would I go ahead and run that? And I had planned to anyhow, but yeah. But I'm trying to see if Märklin made some other things, like as Jean was telling me, there's got to be a flatbed with a, with a hose truck or a ladder truck on it. All right, well, I will try to take a look at that. Hey, Sir Carl from Bangotcher Junction, how are you? You've been jousting windmills. Oh, I could go for a Yafer, too. Yafer's a pretty good beer. But here comes that Flying Scotsman into your view with a rake of, I believe these were Limas. I'm pretty sure these are Limas. And I've got an issue where two of my cameras are fighting, so I have the one camera or the other, but not both. Trying to figure out why. Now, this camera was working the other day. This camera that is now black was working the other day, but second time in a row on the live stream, I can't seem to get it to work. But yeah, Joyce and I, we're going to have a video which will explain it more, but we're going to have a contest on next week's live stream. We're going to have a contest on next week's live stream. It is our thank you for all of you who helped us reach 2,000 subscribers. Hey, Sir James Galton from Dundas Junction, welcome in. But we're going to have a contest, and it's not even it's a bit of a contest. It's going to be a game. We're going to have a game, and we're going to give away prizes. We're going to give away a $100 gift certificate to the model train shop or business of your choice, a $60 and a $40. So 100, 60, and 40 will be our thank you gifts that 3 of you can win. Hey, Sir Andy81E, thanks for popping in. Great to have you here. The beers are on Anthony. Whose layout is a prize? My layout is a prize. No. A, I'm not giving away my track and stuff like that. And B, people would want the space, but I think they would want a better layout. Hey, it makes me happy. No, but I have easy access to Siku, I mean. I have easy access. I mean, Lipa sells them, so it wouldn't be that hard to put an order together. Now, getting it from Memphis to here might be the problem. I prefer Zemo chips, especially with a ranch dressing dip. Still got that Batman tilt. I thought I had that straight, and then it just went beep again. Anybody remembers Batman by Series 3 used to love to do those off-angled shots so that everything was just slightly tilted. This darn camera on the floor does that. But yeah, we will be doing a giveaway, a thank you giveaway. So there will be one person will get a $100 gift certificate to the shop of their choice. Second person will get $60, and third person will get $40. I would really like to do more, and maybe between now and next week, Joyce and I will talk about upping it a bit. I don't know. Hey, Shortbread, how are you? But it will involve a HO scale figure. We're going to play a little game called Where's Artie? It's sort of like Where's Waldo? So let me do this real quick. So I don't know how well you can see it, but here is the Artie figure. This is my friend Artie from Aus America. This is Artie. And during next week's live feed, during next week's live stream, each hour, Artie will be in a different section of the layout. He will be, you know, definitely in one of the main cameras where you should be able to see him. The camera would catch him. And all you have to do is name what camera number it was that he was in, and maybe, you know, anything. You don't have to do anything else, but if you want to name, like, what he was doing or where he was at, just to help verify you did see him. But, so you'll be looking for this figure next week. But from 3 to 4 o'clock, he'll be one place on the layout. And then from 4 to 5, he'll be on another place. We'll actually shut the cameras blank for a minute. And then from 5 to 6. And so you to be entered, you have to name all 3 cameras he showed up in. And we'll have slightly more specific instructions when we're ready. Speaking of which, there he is. Hey, Sir Greg is here. Good morning to you too, and Artie. So we got both of them here. So yeah, we're gonna play a game with you, Artie. It's called Where's Artie? But oh, there's gonna be so much more to it. In a pub drinking Foster's. Weekend rates. Artie, I don't care what you charge on the red light districts of Sydney. This Artie doesn't charge a dime, and he's almost as big as one. But I guarantee you, once we get the video out explaining the contest, there's more to it. But that's the basics. Because I've got spots picked out where only one camera technically could pick them out. You could argue in some cases that where I've got the long range cameras, like, well, let me get to Like, you know, where this camera is, one of the places I plan on putting him, you could argue camera 9, but camera 9 would not be the correct answer. It's got to be a close-up camera angle. Does Artie get royalties for his mini-me? No, he does not. Or do you, Artie? You're going to have to look at a bigger screen. Well, I will make it fairly obvious, Mick. No, that's just it. Australians won't drink anything. They are very particular. They can argue, but pretty much all Australians seem to agree that Foster's is horrible, which I think is funny since that's the one beer that made it to America. Oh, I had some good Australian beers. But again, even if I say these were good Australian beers, there's going to be somebody who argues and goes, that's not a good beer. That beer sucks, this beer. Because it gets regional. Queensland versus Victoria versus New South Wales brewed and blah, blah, blah. Very, very, very territorial piss-taking. There are some good UK beers. The problem is the most popular ones like Guinness. I don't like Guinness. I do not like Guinness. Sorry, my Irish and Guinness fans, but I am not a fan of Guinness. If I want a dark brew, there are German beers that are so much better dark. Guinness did not taste good to me. Because beer, like food, everybody has their opinions on what tastes good and what doesn't taste good. Yeah, I like Great Northern too. I thought Great Northern was pretty good. Oh, no, not the Rauch beer. I had Schlenkerla Rauch beer in Bamberg, and oh, that was nasty. See, I have a brother-in-law that is a big beer snob, and anything that's mass-produced except for Sam Adams isn't good enough for him. It's got to be somebody small, regional. And most of the craft beers I have aren't that great. They're definitely not better than they're definitely not as good as my favorite mass-produced beers out of Germany and the Czech Republic. But here you can see that, because really the crane's handling the radius, is that radius 3 or 4? It's 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, so it's radius 3. So it handled those radius 3 curves pretty good. Oh, Jean Ricard, I don't know what the best beer in the world is. I just know Carlsberg is not in the top 1,000. Oh, Weiss beer. Depends on who makes the Weiss beer. Hefeweizen. I love Hefeweizens, but some of them are meh, and then there's a couple of them. Still, one of the best beers I ever had was a Hefeweizen at a pub in Garmisch. Garmisch-Partenkirchen, but the Garmisch part. And I don't remember the name of it. It was a local brew from Garmisch, and that was just one of the beers that I just will always remember how great it was. That crane would probably do radius 1. Yeah, that's probably true considering it's a startup. Weinstefaner is okay. The problem is we've just had a big change that most of the restaurants that I frequent that sell Stella Artois, which is my favorite beer I can get in America locally, it used to be imported from Belgium. Now it's the stuff brewed in St. Louis, and it does not taste the same. It's not nearly as good. The same thing with Beck's. I love Beck's beer, but the Beck's you buy in America is all brewed here in the United States, and it does not taste right. Why Americans can't even brew somebody else's beer right, I don't know. There's an engine you need to claim. Which one are you claiming as yours now, Artie? We've already thumped you once. Wow. Winter has finally hit. Well, I'm glad all that stuff is hitting after we left. You had a couple of gale force days while we were there. And of course, we left Melbourne a day or so early because we were worried about that storm coming in, which came in. Yeah, it is an acquired taste, Chris. I will 100% agree with that. But the first time I had it, I did think it was bad. But by the second, well, by the end of the first glass, I was already like, that's actually pretty good. Well, hello, Sir Simon from SJ Train World. Thank you for joining in on the live stream here today. We are running a hodgepodge of trains. No real theme today, although I guess you could say it's a very international one. The only thing I should have done was gotten an Austrian out. Then I would have had all the nationalities, because I've got British, German, Czech, American. I just don't have Austrian. But I like Beck's beer. I will not say it's the best beer in the world, but it's a good beer when I get it in Germany. And if I get it on the tap, it's even better than out of the bottle. I like Jäfer, but Jäfer is hard to find. It's impossible to find in this part of the country. You can find Jäfer in a couple of places around here. But my beer is a Czech beer, Staroprova or something like that. And that is just really, really good. And then another beer I had in the UK, it was an Italian beer. It was Gran Primera. It was Gran Primera, and I forget the company that brews it. I just remember it's called Gran Primera. That was a really, really, really good beer. Hey, Peroni, yeah, it was Peroni Gran Primera, which you cannot get in the United States. You can get three different Peroni beers here in the United States, but their Gran Primera, I only saw in the UK, and I gave it a try, and I'm so glad I did. I wound up having 2 more of those at other places. I would say that one is in my top 5 or 10 of beers. That's a really good one. So anyhow, Sir Sean from GWR Buckley is here. He'll be back after he's done. Staropramen, that's it. Thank you. I knew you would know, Clive. Staropramen. I haven't had Staropramen since 2019. No. Well, I would wonder if Jean Ricard would remember. Maybe I had it when in 2023 when we went down to Delmenhorst, because I get style promen all the time at the Grafswerk in Delmenhorst, because that's the one place in Delmenhorst that sold it. But I've had it in other places too. I've had it in the Czech Republic. Peroni is too good. Now, standard Peroni, I don't think is that great. Now, I've got some Peroni Narduzzi in my refrigerator, which is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But again, that Gran Primera, that was sublimely awesome. That was killer good. All right, Artie, stop looking at my layout and trying to imagine what trains you're going to steal this time. One would have hoped you'd learned your lesson by now. You don't mess with the Dodges. Peroni is good as a palate cleanser. Oh, Mansville. Jeez. That's not an insult? Well, it doesn't, I don't know. I'm not that literate in such things. I mean, a palate cleanser has a use, but I don't see it as a compliment, though. Apogee Locomotive Works. No, I have not. Oh, Clive, I will go along with that. I love the Pilsner Urquell. Hey, Sir Kieran is here. Hey, Sir Kieran, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I will agree. I love Pilsner Urquell. It's an awesome beer. That's definitely up in my top 10. If it could wash dishes. But yeah, American Budweiser. Now, I've had the true original German Budweiser. That's good. Although I believe the town of Budweiser is no longer in Germany. Isn't it in the Czech Republic now, Budovich? And see, Clyde, that's just it. I had that attitude, like, the Italians don't make good beer. They don't make good beer. And then I was in the UK. Joyce and I were at a little pizza restaurant, and they had 2 beers I knew I didn't like and 1 beer I hadn't heard of, and I was in the mood to experiment, and yeah. I was like, leave the beer to the Germans and the Czechs, just to be my own beer snob. Hello, Sir CMD. Your wife is laughing at the beer comments. Everybody's got their thing, but I'm an American, and I will admit, American beers are not good. Now, granted, there are some beers from Asia, I think, that are just as awful or worse than American beers. But yeah, American beers. Of course, I'm weird because my favorite American beer is a beer that's not made anymore called Stroh's. I loved Stroh's as a teenager. Smokeless. Canadian beers are good. I like the old Mabel Black Label, Molson Ice, Labatt's Blue. Canadians definitely do beer better than Americans. I don't know why. Americans just, it's watered down a bit. The mass production, but Canadian beers are mass produced, but Canadian beers, I have not come across a basic Canadian beer, because the minute you start adding certain flavors or like lime and lemon and crap like that, then I'm off anybody's beer. But when you just give me their straight beers, their standard brews, I've yet to encounter a Canadian beer I thought was bad. I did not try a lot of UK beers. I did try some, but I can't tell you which ones. And again, some were good, some weren't. But what I really wanted to do was try some of those really fun named, British lagers and things like that. You prefer 0%. That's just it. The minute something to me is non-alcohol, it just doesn't taste the same to me. And obviously some people, for health reasons, have to avoid the alcohol. So I understand that. But I'm not in that situation. So I can be a little more critical and say I've yet to find a light beer or a zero alcohol beer that I found to be worth committing to. But I've had friends say, oh, you gotta try this Korean beer, try this Burmese beer, try this Singapore beer, and they were all nasty. It's like, I don't like the Indian pale ales, the IPAs. I've yet to find an IPA I thought was worth swallowing. Tiger is Singapore. I was going to say, I thought Tiger was Singapore. Or, Chinese. I have not tried, again, at the risk of sounding like an idiot or a jerk, the minute something says 0%, I won't try it. Because I want to try the actual beer. So if it's 0% alcohol or if it's a light beer, I tend not to even bother drinking it because I don't have a reason not to drink a full alcohol beer. And so I want to get the original taste. It's like Coke Zero. I don't need to drink Coke Zero. And so I've had Coke Zero and I will drink a Coke Zero, but I would much rather have the Coke. Andy Googled it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Driving. My thing is I'll drink 1 or 2 full beers if I'm driving and not drink more. I just won't drink beer. If I know I'm driving, I'll drink 1 beer. But in Germany, I'm not driving. And I'm not saying 0% beers are bad. I'm saying, I haven't tried many, and the ones I've tried haven't tasted as good as the full alcohol version of that same beer. And again, that is a personal thing. That is, my wife prefers Coke Zero over, she thinks it tastes better than Diet Coke or regular Coke. And I disagree with her, but she's not wrong, because to her, that's how it works. Yeah, and the thing is, I know I can easily drink a beer and drive.
Actually, I know I could drink 4 or 5 beers and drive, but I won't do it nowadays. I won't drink more than 2 beers anyhow, because I take medicines that later in the day don't want you having alcohol. I need more Parlinka. No, I don't need more of it. A shot here and there wouldn't be bad, but yeah, Parlinka's pretty strong. Parlinko. All right, Matt, well, thanks for popping in and hanging out with us for a while. Hey, Sir Das, how do? Sir Das Faulkner, welcome in. Ifo, my thing is, I don't like any flavored beer where it's not just the original hops and barley and grain. You know, the minute they start adding this is cherry flavored and lime, I won't drink it. I want beer to taste like beer. Well, hello, Stuart the Fish Whisperer. Welcome in. Let's get united. And I declare you knights of the Rhomboid Table. All right, Stuart the Fish Whisperer, you are welcome to advertise your channel if you have content or any other model train or comedy or hobby-related channel. I'm not picky, just no sports, sports are fine too. No religion, no politics. But, so yeah, there's always, when you're talking anything, it's like art, it's like food. Everybody has their taste, what they like, what they don't like. There is no right or wrong. Whatever you like is good. If you like an American Path Blue Ribbon, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're Australian and happen to like a Foster's, there's nothing wrong with that. There's just, obviously, people have preferences, and sometimes you just gotta leave it at that. Everybody's got their preference. You prefer Colombian. My favorite alcohol beverages, liqueurs, are peach brandy from Stefan's Wein Paradies in St. Goa, Germany. And then homebrewed Julishka from the Aldina restaurant in Delmenhorst. Palinko ranks up there, but if you said I could only have one of the three, a peach brandy, a Julishko, and a Palinko, the Palinko loses, and then I got to flip a coin between the homebrewed Julishka and the peach brandy. I'd probably flip a coin onto the floor, ask you to pick it up, and drink them both while you weren't looking. Did somebody say chocolate beer or chocolate liquor? Duchess de Bourgogne. Well, that's got a interesting name to try. So yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask how you're doing. Yeah, you could, but after about 4 or 5 shots, you might be swimming in water as opposed to thinking you could drink it like water. Because that's the same attitude I have. And then, oh no. You might find it hard to walk straight after a few of them. That's why one of the greatest compliments ever given to an alcohol was my late friend Heinz Goten from Dumnorst, Germany, who I asked him to try my peach brandy. And this is a man who knows his liqueurs. You know, he was that type of person. He knew all the culture etiquettes and the wine tasting and all that. And so here I'm bringing, after bragging for a couple of years about this brandy, we finally brought him and his wife a bottle. So they decided to try it. They decided to try it, and they're going through the whole sniff the cap and hold it up to light, look at the colors, and pour it in the glass, do all that, and then all the smelling, and then put it on one part of the mouth, swirl it around, then, you know, try it. And I'm just waiting for him to go, no, that's peasant quality, you know, it's not that good. And he just looked at his wife, and his eyes curled up a bit, his eyebrows curled up a bit, and he just let out a little bit of a, and he said in German, he goes, gefährlich gut, dangerously good. And I said that was the greatest compliment, most accurate compliment one could give to that alcohol. It is dangerously good. You want to drink it like an American kid drinking Kool-Aid, but it's pretty potent alcohol. Arabica blend? Are you having? I don't drink coffee. Sorry guys, Joyce and I don't drink coffee, and actually Joyce never drinks tea, and I rarely drink hot tea, and neither one of us likes iced tea. Man, I keep catching. There we go. Let's see. We might get a couple of views coming in here. There we go. I like that one. One going one way, one coming in, and one in the background running in the distance. Ugh, chocolate and coffee? Double no. Dwight was in here earlier, but he's not here now, or at least he hasn't typed in a while. Oh, Chris, you just now noticed the crane? It's a little cheapy kids crane kit that I picked up. I saw it on my friend Ian's channel. Ian from the Netherlands. And well, that's just a little fire department crane. And like I said, it really is. It's a kid's one. It is a Märklin startup. But even Märklin startup, there are some that are higher quality, more for beginners into the hobby, adult beginners, and then the ones that are just really low budget, El Cheapo for the kids. And that's what this one was. All right, well, Sir Leslie, thank you for popping in. Wow, last week we had 40 plus people here. This week we have half that. It's amazing how it changes week to week. All right, Leslie, well, we're here, same bat time, same bat channel. You just take care of yourself and rest your eyes as needed. Nope, wrong one. So it's on that one. It's on that one. There we go. Oh, did Graham put up a new video? Okay, that's cool. I'll check it out later this afternoon. Well, welcome in Tommy. Tommy, I now declare you a knight at the Rhomboid table. Welcome to my live stream. Tommy, you have now been knighted, which means you can post a link to your channel if you got content up. Hey, Sir Andy Dobson is here. Thank you, Sir Andy, for joining us at the Knights of the Rhomboid Table weekly gathering. So anyhow, Tommy, you will now find that you've been given the Royal Spanner. And you can post a link to your channel or friends' channels that are hobby-related, comedy-related, model train-related, obviously, but any hobby. Just nothing political or religious. So yeah, this one didn't have it, so let me add this one. Add. Where we at? Add. Video capture device. Add existing. There we go. All right, well, Tommy posted a link to his channel so y'all can check it out. Hey, Randall, can't chat, you're at work. All right, Sir Randall. I've got a wild mix going today. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how, Gary, I don't know what makes a great collection of rolling stock. I mean, I like what I have. And over the years, I've expanded and added more and more and more. Let me see, where did I want to go? Long view, right there. There, that's the one I wanted to do. Which engine? Hey, Sir Edward from Happy Valley. Isn't Brian's Waffles first Saturday of every month? Oh, that's all right, Stuart. There's nothing wrong with self-promotion as long as it's not overdone. I give people the opportunity. If you want people to come and see your channel, because one of the best ways to have people learn about your channel, see your channel, is you may not cross paths anywhere, but you go into a live stream. If the live stream lets you advertise your channel, you got a chance to post it there, and more people may discover your work. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Artie. Which engine are you looking at that you're liking? Your real life name is Michael. Okay. No, I didn't know that, Tommy. So your real life name is Michael. I will try to make a note of that. Apparently everybody with the name Tommy on the internet's name isn't Tommy, because Tommy Station is Paul, and this Tommy is Michael. I'll work it out once I notice it's missing. Yeah, but I can tell you a Piko makes a version of it so that when it gets replaced and you don't notice it right away. You would rather have someone else drop your link so it doesn't look so self-promotional. I understand that. Well, if anybody wants to drop Stuart's link in the chat, do them one up, and that way both sides can be happy. We can advertise his channel, and he didn't self-promote. You chose Tommy because you're a fan of Thomas the Tank Engine. My grandson was into Thomas the Tank Engine, but he seems to have fallen out of it. We haven't watched it. He hasn't come down and watched my trains run in months. I shouldn't say that. He did briefly a few weeks ago, right after I came back from Australia. He came down here and demanded I turn the trains on, but then he ignored them. Because, for example, let me see, where is he right now? Which one is it? Where do I want to go here? No, not that one. No, not that one. Because Piko makes this one. That Alex there, that's a Roco. But yes, you can find a Piko version of that one. Nobody's here right now. Absolutely nobody. 11 lanes and now one train. There we go. The one way in the back, that's an ESU, but there are definitely Roco and Märklin versions of it. And the dual mode in red that Märklin is, Piko just released their version of it. As in, it just hit the shops in the last couple of weeks. That one going around the bend right now. Piko just released their version of it. Hey, there he is right there. Hallo, Ian. Wie geht's, wie steht's? Hoi. And there's Anthony from Choperton Junction. Or Tony. Okay. Anthony, do you prefer Anthony or Tony? See, I'm an Anthony. My family called me Tony. But by the age of 18, 19, I preferred Anthony, but even Joyce got to know me as Tony because the people that introduced her to me knew me as Tony from my family. Well, Tommy, that is very nice of you to say so. I will completely disagree. I don't know if there is a best content creator. I could think of 1,000 channels better than mine. Most of them even smaller than my channel, but I love what I do. I love my three favorite things are the live streams, the Matt Clark cartoons, and the parody songs. Speaking of parody songs, we have 40 parody songs up. 41 actually. Or is it 40? Is it 42? It might be 42 songs. We've got 42 parody songs we have done since 2020. And the funny thing is, after Joyce refused to do the last 3 songs, and even the last couple she did, she wasn't happy with, I've released 3 songs, and Joyce has been like, don't you have a song for me to sing? Isn't there a song I could sing? I'm like, you have the one to sing. She's like, well, I don't mind singing. It's just the songs you picked I don't want to sing. But we were joking around. It's like, which songs would make a greatest hits album? If we had to do a 1, 12, or 14 track greatest hits album, which songs would make it? I know the tops. Best is always subjective. But it's subjective. So if somebody thinks my channel's the best, that's great. I'm not even my own favorite channel. Do I plan? Oh, I would say there are deep desires to add a few more. I mean, if I go to the floor cam, this is not all my UK stock, obviously. I mean, half my UK stock is British. But you can see I've got an Inner City 125, or the Inner City with the Class 43 on it. My beloved Azuma. My beloved Duchess of Sutherland. I've got a Mallard there. And then I have some Greshly teak coaches to go with the Mallard that are stored in a container here. Then I have the Beatles Eurostar, Yellow Submarine Eurostar. Then I have the Class 73 Beatles singles from Liverpool. And then I have the Beatle album wagons, box cars, whatever you want to call them. But I would love a Class 68 in TransPennine livery with a few TransPennine coaches to go with it. I could easily be talked into a blue, the Midlands Pullman with a Class 43. I could easily be talked into that one. The modern Caledonia Sleepers, those dark green with the white stags design. I love those. I think those are gorgeous. And then a good Scots Rail Class 43 and coaches. And again, I don't know my UK stock well enough to say, are they Mark II coaches, Mark III coaches? I don't know. I know Joyce and I love the Scots Rail livery. And the Scots Rail we rode from Edinburgh to Stirling was just gorgeous. Is there plans to get Canadian? No, I unfortunately don't have plans to get Canadian. I do want to get a legitimate Amtrak and 3-rail. That's the problem. Until Märklin makes a modern era Amtrak and 3-rail, the Asila or something like that, it's a pipe dream. I can get an Asila locomotive, modern era Asila locomotive. I can get it in DC, but I don't know if it would be convertible to 3-rail. And before people say, sure, you can convert it. It's not just changing the engine and the wiring. It's getting it so the ski would fit on the chassis, finding a way to attach the chassis. There's a couple from Lemke that I would love to get, but I don't know that they can be converted easily to 3-rail. That includes getting the ski on. You know, the wiring's one thing, but being able to apply what they call the shoe, the 3rd rail shoe. Everybody I know calls it the ski, and it looks more like a ski than a shoe, the pickup shoe. Well, again, I will thank you for that, Tommy. Wendy is your queen. Oh, that's cool, Chris. One signed by Reverend Audrey himself. Awesome. Wendy is your queen. Hey, Sir Tom Couples, how are you? Just ScotRail, Anthony? What was I saying? Scotsrail? ScotRail. Yeah, no S on it. ScotRail. Huh. All right, Michael, I will try to remember to do that. I will try to remember to refer to you as Michael and not Tommy. But thank you for all the nice compliments. ScotRail is where you're at. Well, that's cool. But like I said, I love that beautiful ScotRail. There's a couple of other ScotRails I like. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a GWR 800 to run counter to my Azuma Class 800. Wow, a lot of views for not many people here. That's cool. Crawling and bootlicking is encouraged. No, to be honest, I am very uncomfortable with compliments. I got too much hate toward me in my life. When people compliment me, I'm nervous. I enjoy my life in Toledo. I think I would enjoy my life anywhere. I have been, although I had a miserable life up to the age of 17, that was 43 years ago, and since then, oh, there you go. Peter Jackson, you just nailed it. A Lumo 800. Yeah, you could ship one of those to me right now. I will freely accept a gift. I will happily accept a Lumo 800 as a gift. That would look awesome. That's another one that I wish I'd be able to convert. I would wish I could convert this Azuma to 3-rail and throw it up on this layout as a lark. But yeah, a Lumo, yeah. But that's just it, Edward. I don't want early Amtrak. I want modern era. I want now. I want 2020s. Märklin makes older Amtrak. I could right now go online and for about $600 to $700 get a complete locomotive and set of cars of a 70s and 80s era Amtrak by Märklin for the Märklin system. So that part's not hard. But Märklin has never made what in the German nomenclature we call Era 6. That's anything after the year 2000, basically. Oh, that was Ray was chatting the whole time. Well, hi, Ray. I said Tammy and Ray, but hi, Ray. Mom needs you. All right, Ray, will you take care? It was great to have you here. You're further north than Edinburgh. Oh, I would never dispose of my layout, but the problem is with American Flyer, everything that I would run on my main layout here would have to be 3-rail. Everything has to be 3-rail. In fact, that's a video I'm putting out because I've had 4 or 5 people in the last week and a half have commented on some of my videos like, oh, I love those cars. I'm going to get those and run them on my layout. And I have to tell them, you do realize that's Märklin and it's 3-rail. Do you run Märklin 3-rail? No. What's 3-rail? Then you can't run these cars. You've got, you can, but you have to put new wheel sets. If you go to a train show, if you go to your train shop or a train show, Whoops, that's right, because that camera's out. I'll come back to that one. Looks like everybody's... Oh, that's right, that stupid camera's out. I got to figure out why that camera's not working. But if you run 2-rail, you know, your usual standard layout, if you run 2-rail and you go to a train show or a model train shop and you see some Märklin stuff, like, let me do this real quick. So you go to your train shop and you see Märklin. And you say, wow, that's really cool. I want to get that. Well, if you don't run Märklin 3-rail track, you can't run this. If you were to take buy this set and take it home to your layout and put it on your layout, you'll short your system out. Because Märklin rolling stock does not have insulated wheel sets. It doesn't need them. Because 3-rail, the juice is through the center line. You know, the hot is your third rail. Of course, most of you by now have seen third rail. There you can see the nub sticking up. I think that's a good view. If I go like that, you might be able to see the nubs running through. That's the third rail. The power actually comes through there, which is why these trains have to have a shoe or what we call a ski to make contact. So, unfortunately, you'll short your system out. Now, you could buy this, but then you have to buy 2-rail wheel sets. You'd have to get Märklin's Trix version or Roco, Piko, as long as they will fit the way the wheels sit in the Märklin rolling stock. But you would have to convert the wheels on this to insulated two-wheel. And more I'm having to explain that as I get fans from other parts of the world that don't really know about Märklin and the 3-rail system. You know, everybody knows O-gauge Lionel 3-rail, but very few know I do love the Czech Railjet. I think it's a very striking livery. Not quite as striking as the Austrian. Yes, happy Märklin. There is one train that needs to be confiscated from here as it's not set up right. Who are you talking about? Yes, I love C-Track. C-Rail, C-Track is the best. I am glad I stumbled into it. It was an accident that I got into Märklin, but it was the happiest accident because A, I stumbled into the model train hobby and fell in love with it, and B, I stumbled into the Märklin C-Track world. I was using Märklin C-Track before I knew any options, and I'm so glad I did. I love the through rail system. This entire layout is powered by 2 lines, 2 wires. There's no drop wires anywhere on the main circuit. There are drop wires that go to the parking area and, well, both parking areas. Let's just say both parking areas. But I run 6 trains at a time. Yeah, Jean probably fell asleep. Jean Ricard was here earlier, but he probably fell asleep. Which train are you claiming is running wrong? Oh, you're claiming because the Railjet's not being pushed. That is running correctly. The Czech Railjet I rode went locomotive first. Yeah, yes, Monsville, it should, especially if it was analog. Or if you had a Märklin digital. Well, actually, if it was digital and you had a digital controller. But yes, it should run on 3-rail. Now, how well it would run because of the height of that 003 rail track and the ski. I mean, I know you've seen it, but let me grab a locomotive real fast and I'll show once again everybody what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put myself up on large again, so my apologies. All right, so here is a beautiful Märklin locomotive, and it's heavy. And there is your pickup shoe. Okay, this is called a pickup shoe, but most of us in the hobby call it a ski. Or at least Americans and English-speaking folks in the hobby, we call it a ski. Okay, so that ski hangs down. Now, depending on how much, you can see there's a little bit of adjustment here that allows it for if you've got your third rail is kind of high or if your third rail is kind of low, there is room for it to adjust. But also, that's done for this. If you look at a Märklin turnout, where's the best? Do you see how the skis in the middle get higher? Or I shouldn't say skis, the knobs. The knobs get higher. That's to raise everything up so it doesn't get caught on the rails as it's switching. So they actually raise it up to keep it from double contacting and shorting the system out. So if you look there, I think maybe there you can see you have the regular size nubs here, and then they make them wider and then further apart and taller, so that it raises the ski up over the rail while it's changing lanes to prevent it from shorting out. No, you're doing fine, Michael. There's nothing annoying. I like people that are excited and want to share. Now, would I do I've seen the Märklin Polar Express, not a train I do want to add, but I've toyed with the idea of trying to find the Märklin Hogwarts Express, but my kids are all grown up. I mean, my youngest is 29. No, 20. Yeah, he just turned 29. My youngest just turned 29. No, Peter, I did not. I just saw them everywhere, and I can't talk about quality of the company. Transpennine has had a lot of issues, especially since COVID. Although from what I hear, they're getting better after the government threatened to take them over or shut them down. That's not where I wanted to go. That's where I wanted to go. But I think Transpennine is one of the prettiest liveries in the world, period. I love the Transpennine livery. Call me biased, call me crazy. I'm not worried about it. I just think it is absolutely beautiful. I love the Transpennine livery. The new one. I also like cross-country liveries. Stupid camera. Yep, that's as low as it goes. How low can you go? Okay, Monsville. See, I have never seen the Hornby 003 rail ski. I've heard of them. I've seen the track, but I've never seen the underside of the locomotive. Because some of the American companies that did 3-rail, I think even Lionel, they did it with brushes. They didn't do the pickup shoe. They did it with brushes like slot cars. I don't even, I've got a friend that runs O-Gauge Lionel, and I've never looked at the underneath of the locomotive to see how it picks up. Now, actually, Michael, I'm the opposite. If I want a loco, I want it new. I will buy new locos because, first of all, I tend to want modern era, and I will buy new locos because I'm not very good at fixing old ones. Every now and then I have bought used, but normally I will buy new. I can pay for the new. And when I see a loco, I want like the lowest I've ever paid for a Märklin locomotive is $100 American dollars. So that's about, what, 80 pounds? 80 to 85 pounds. That's the least I've ever paid for a locomotive. I won't discuss the most I've paid for a Märklin. Hey, Sir Raymond Legs is here. Nice to have you, sir. To be honest, Artie, I got to go back to that. This Piko, especially the initial 4-car set, because it's a 4-car set with 2 additional cars added. The 4-car set, it's very lightweight, and it's a pretty good pusher. I think it could handle yours. I think more than even the Railjet you picked up. I think this Amtrak, it's coming around right now. There it is. I think that one could. I think that one could handle your. It's very lightweight and it's got a fairly strong motor in it, so I think it could handle it. For the 4th time, I'll say it. Hey, Sean, welcome back. Thanks for coming in. Well, Raymond, give me an idea. You don't have to tell me exactly, but I forget exactly where you are. Because, like, the local train shows I go to, there's one dealer that usually sells Märklin, and he did not bring any Märklin this past March to our train show. And at the other local train show that's local, which is still an hour and 20-minute drive away, nobody has Märklin. You might see some Roco and Piko and a lot of Lima, but not Märklin. All right, you're Louisville, Kentucky. Wow, you're not that far away from me. About 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, Lipa has the Amtrak. I bought it on sale, but then it became expensive to get the entire thing converted to AC because they don't do it as a 3-rail. I had to convert that to 3-rail. I shouldn't say I had to convert it. I had to have it converted. And there goes that happy little... I can't get his smoker to work again. I turned it on, turned it off. Maybe I'll put a little more in it and see if it pops and going. Next time he comes around, I'll stop him here and add a little candy to him. All right, did I see Gary is taking off? All right, thank you for visiting us. There are so many other things people could be doing on a Friday that they come and spend time on my live stream is, you could be going out to pubs and to movies and everything else, and people come and hang out with my live stream. That really makes me feel special, if not obligated. The okay, you got the DDR era of the Lange Schwalbacher. Yeah, 720 pounds. That's a lot of moolah. And again, my grandson's got all kinds of Thomas the Tank Engine stuff because he's still into trains. He's just not into Opus trains right now. Right now, it's easier to say, he's just into Paw Patrol. That's it. Paw Patrol is life right now. Everything is Paw Patrol. I'm trying to get him into X-Men cartoons and toys and other stuff, but right now it's Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. When he comes over, we play with his Paw Patrol toys for 6-7 hours. And if we're not playing it, we're watching it. And I'll go along with that, Monsville. Thanks to the help of Jean Ricard especially, I've learned to appreciate the strength, and the simplicity and the easy to fix aspects of like older Märklin models. I've repaired 2 older Märklin models with Jean Ricard talking to me online over my shoulder. But yeah, a lot less than the modern ones when you open them up. So I totally get that and appreciate that. But it's also, to a degree, what you grew up with. I didn't grow up with trains. A little bit for you, Flying Scotsman. Apparently, that can take more. Where'd I put the little bottle? Worst thing is accidentally overfilling these. Are you guys hearing the sound effects on this steamer, the Flying Scotsman? I know it's the wrong... Alright, now let's see if I could just... But, where's that little rag? Huh. Still could take more, but we'll get it. Whoop. Sorry about that. I accidentally bumped the stop on everything. We'll see if I can get it going. It still looks like it could take some more. Oh, I understand that, Michael. I understand that. You heard your name. No, I was talking about how you helped me repair a couple of locomotives and are teaching me how great the old Märklin locomotives are. Hey, there's Rick's Trains. Hey, there's Sir Dave, the Kiwi. Welcome in. Oh, Jean Ricard was here, but he falls asleep. You got to remember, it is 10:30 in Denmark, and he's an old man. He needs his beauty rest. A lot of it. But I was complimenting you, Jean Ricard. That's why you fell asleep. You didn't realize. If I had said an insult about you, Jean Ricard, you would have been right online. But I complimented you, so you slept through it. Anthony Dodge was expressing his appreciation for you. What a great guy you are and all that stuff. Obviously, he was lying through his teeth. But there it is. Well, hello, Aiken Rail Service. Thank you for coming back. Many people visit this live stream once. Only a select few come back. And only the most insane make it a habit. Again, as I was saying just about 5 minutes ago or so, the thought that you could spend your Fridays anywhere else, and that many of you, anywhere from 25 to 45 people on any given Friday night, decide to spend part of your Friday with me Babbling online. Is very touching. It's you know, because I'm not building anything, I'm not working on anything, I'm not showing something I made or 3D printed or how I fix something. I just throw my trains and babble about whatever comes to mind. No scripts, no plans. Hey, Warwick Road Andy is in the Lurkers Lounge. Well, thank you for popping out for a second and saying hello. Actually, Michael, I don't know a thing about American Flyer. The only flyer I know is Radio Flyer, and they made good sleds and wagons. But I've heard of American Flyer, but I don't know anything about them as a company or what have you. Again, I only know a small amount of the Central European model companies. I am a Märklin guy, and then I know a little bit about Roco and Piko. And much of what I know about Piko and even Roco, people like Raymond Legs and Ivo Van Zon and Jean Ricard educated me on those things. And even so, I get a lot of education on Märklin because I knew nothing about trains or model trains. I was not into trains. I couldn't have told you. You know, once I started traveling in Germany, I learned what an ICE was. I knew what a Regio was. I learned the difference between the Nahverkehr cars and other type of cars only briefly. And that's because I would ask somebody, why do these single level cars look different than those? Oh, those are the older Nahverkehr cars, you know. Or those are old repainted Zilberlingas. Oh, okay. And so I would learn terms like that. But I learned ICE1 and ICE2 and ICE3. And then eventually I learned IC2, and I learned the difference between an IC and an EC. And then I quickly learned how the German rail system works, the private companies and the Deutsche Bahn. But I knew nothing about model trains. So, and I still know very little about model trains, and I would never try to pass myself off as somebody who knows anything about it. I've learned some things, but everything I tell you is hearsay. It's what I heard other people tell me, or a little bit of my own experience. And sometimes I've been told wrong. I've had things. You go back to my early videos when I was doing the Märklin Outsider. There's a few things I got wrong in there. But that's what I had thought I had been told, or what people had told me at that time. AC powered 2-rail O-gauge. See, and that throws me away. AC, but 2-rail. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Well, I understand that, Artie. I don't mention that. But yes, I'm grateful to the people who wake themselves up to come and hang. Because obviously it's, about 6:42 in the morning where you're at right now, Artie? Well, hey, Ben from Eagle Creek Railroad. Nice to have you. Been a while since I've seen you pop up in chat here. Hope you've been well. I did see you popped a couple of videos up recently, so that's great. But, so, I like to learn. And I have no problem admitting I'm wrong if I had misinformation. But if somebody's just going to say, well, you're wrong, I'm going to say, how am I wrong? Tell me how I'm wrong. Not because I'm trying to challenge your knowledge, but if I am wrong, I want to learn why I'm wrong. Or, maybe you're wrong and I'm actually right, but you can't admit you're wrong. But so when somebody can explain things to me and tell me, I like to learn. And I tend to go into hobbies and certain things where I don't have a lot of working knowledge. I mean, I would talk and with some, it would clearly be arrogant or bragging, okay? But I'll just say this and throw it out there. I got into Mensa at the age of 17, and I got into the Prometheus Society at the age of 23. Now, if you don't know what those are, you can Google them. So I like to think of myself as being intelligent. But when it comes to model trains and certain technology areas like IT specialist are, I don't know a damn thing. I'm stupid in those areas. The Flying Scotsman is one of Gordon's brothers. Well, yeah, but from what I hear, he and Gordon aren't talking to each other. It's a family feud thing, splitting the hep. Yeah, I was in the penal colony. Well, if that's a penal colony, I don't mind going to prison. If Australia is a penal colony, you can send me to prison. Australia was beautiful. Australia was beautiful. The people we met are beautiful. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's karma. You know, Joyce and I try to be nice with people and friendly to people, and thus when we go traveling to other countries, instead of being the rude, ugly, impatient jerks, we're polite, we're considerate, we're respectful. It's not the person's fault in front of me that something went wrong with my train or delay, so there's no point in cussing them out. So maybe that just pays off. It's not a popular scale to work in. Well, that was sort of me and West Point, Chris. I got asked to... I was told to pursue my academic career elsewhere. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's a reason the convicts didn't go back. Oh, hell, this is much prettier. No, and the UK is gorgeous, too. The UK was gorgeous. I mean, again, the road trip Alan Wiles took us through, Alan Wiles at Dragon Junction, the road trip he took us through Snowdonia and north central Wales was absolutely stunning. Seeing the Yorkshire Dales from a train, seeing Cardiff was a beautiful city, beautiful coastal areas, and we've only had a month in the UK, and we didn't even get to other places. We didn't get to the East Coast English Channel area, the whole Kent and Dover area. Joyce wants to go up higher into the Highlands of Scotland. We're planning on taking a Caledonia sleeper for when we arrive in the UK. We're taking a Caledonian sleeper, get one of the nice fancy apartment, you know, the biggest apartment one, which is like $400 for the trip, and taking that from London to Inverness and then spending a few days up in the Inverness area, and then what can we go see from that area? Well, Ned Kelly's one of those interesting characters. Was he a villain? Was he a good guy? I think it's both. I think circumstances, I mean, he had already chosen a life as an outlaw, but Indeed. I remember working jobs where you got paid overtime. I used to work 48 hours a week, 48 to 54 hours a week, and get paid for 60 to 70 some hours a week. It was good money because it was mostly barely over minimum wage, but it paid for college. I had scholarships to every top school in America, and I chose to go to West Point because my dad chose for me to go to West Point, and I didn't have much say in the matter. And I was doing great academically, but I was not handling the plebe system very well. I was not enjoying the plebe system and was constantly having run-ins with my senior supervisor. And so finally they just said, we don't think you're cut out for this. Like, nope. Yikes. All right, what are you sending me a message to? Oh, the Lionel HO Polar Express. Yeah, but again, that's not going to work on my layout. I got to have 3-rail. I got to have 3-rail HO. Lionel is O scale, although that said HO scale. People are going to have to go to analog and use pen and paper. How do you store your figures, your characters? Yeah, that's the nice thing, Michael. And I was showing this earlier. I guess I'll put it up here again. I don't know if you can see that, Michael, but do you see there's these little, what we call nubs down the middle there? So you have 2 actual rails, but the 3rd rail is actually those nubs down the middle. That's the 3rd rail. Märklin designed it that way so it didn't stand out, so the track could look a little more realistic. So when you look at it like this, it looks like 2-rail track. It's pre-bedded, pre-ballasted. So, you know, from a distance, you don't really notice that it's actually a 3rd rail. But if you look underneath, you'll see that there's a metal bar right down the middle. And then it connects up here with all the metal here for your full power supply. But yeah, so that is 3-rail. We are 3-rail. Yeah, Joyce and I also want to do what is the Canadian one? The one that goes all the way across, the Trans-Canada. Joyce and I want to do that one, but we also want to take an Amtrak and go out to Seattle by Amtrak. We want to, you know, probably when she retires and we can maybe afford, because Amtrak cross-country is expensive. I mean, even if you factor in, for example, the German high-speed rail system, and I know Germany is not the same distance. Germany is a smaller country, but even if you account for distance, it's still a hell of a lot cheaper to ride a train the same distance in Germany than it is to ride Amtrak in the United States. It's much cheaper. High-speed train. If I book early enough, I can ride from the northernmost part of Germany to the southernmost part of Germany for anywhere from $50 to $65 if I book early. That's second class, but I don't need first class. Traveling by train is so much easier than driving or traveling by plane. It takes longer than plane, But my fear of heights isn't involved. And B, you have much more room and you can get up and move around much easier than you can on a plane. I will travel by train any chance I get over plane or car. Exactly, Michael. Anything, if I put a 2-rail train on my layout, nothing would happen. It won't short circuit, it won't do anything. But if you put a 3-rail train, if you take this guy and put it on your track, your system will short out. If you take this little flatbed and put it on your track, your layout will short circuit. If I take a 2-rail train and put it on my system, nothing will happen. It won't work. It's just dead. Because it doesn't pick up the power from the 3rd rail. So it would just sit there, it would not move. But it would not short out my system. But the other way, if I were to take my stuff and put it on your layout, you would short circuit. Spring-loaded pickup rollers, that's what it is. I can't remember how they're called. Oh, I never did finish, Dave. So if you're talking the actual figurines, little small figures, yeah, I would, like even little cases like this. If you want to protect them from getting smashed as opposed to throwing them in plastic sandwich bags, then yeah, just get little tubs. And if anything, if you're going to rebuild certain scenes, like, okay, these were the station figures, and just throw them in, okay, this tub I'm going to label station figures. And then this was beach side display if you had a beach side thing. And then you could separate them and put them in little plastic tubs. I mean, that's what I do with my figures when I buy them and store them. Otherwise, if I haven't used them yet, I just leave them. I leave them in the cases they came in. Or, yes, dare I say, the baggies. I will tell you right now, I've never heard of 10 mil. I mean, unless you're talking about a type of plastic, 10 mil plastic. I have never heard of 10 mil. So there are garden railway supplies and accessories. So yeah, I don't know anything about them. Again, I only know HO. I know what the other sizes are, but I don't know companies other than Lionel and O Gauge. Or Märklin's LGB. Märklin owns LGB, which is the G scale stuff by Märklin. But Märklin does not do O gauge. They're HO, and then LGB does G scale, and then Märklin does one scale. And Märklin released a Union Pacific Big Boy in 1 scale. That's about $7,000. Actually, more than that. It's about it's 6,900 euros. So that's more like about 75, 76, 7,700 American dollars, about 6,500 pounds. Yeah, I'm lazy. I don't want to make my own. I don't want to buy a locomotive that I have to put together. call me a bad man for that, but that's how I am. I want it ready-made, already digital, so I don't have to make it digital. That's why I like Märklin. It's too easy. It's digital. You set it on. It's got 20, 30 functions. All good to go. Sounds great. Runs great. Because if I had to do DC and build my own stuff, I would not be in model trains long. If I had to do what some of you guys have to do to run your layouts of trains, I don't think I'd stay in model trades, because it's, while you take pride in that work, I've got other things that require me to be that involved. When I do a hobby like my model trains, I don't want to have to do anything. I want to set them on the track and go. But I want all the digital functions. Now, for years, I used to, I did tabletop wargaming, Napoleonic Wars, World War I. I eventually worked into medieval, and then from medieval, I'd always loved Lord of the Rings, so I always had Lord of the Rings stuff. And then I just committed fully into Lord of the Rings tabletop wargaming. And I painted thousands of 1/76 scale and 1/35 scale military soldiers for my tabletop wargaming. And then I've got 1,500 Lord of the Rings figures over here painted. And I can't do that anymore. My eyes and the shakiness in my hands, I can't. I want things very simple now. When I come to do my hobby, I want it easy. There's enough other things I do in life that are very involved and intricate. My hobby is expensive, but at least usually I don't have to deal with things. And if I do have to deal with something, I have people I can send it to and they'll fix it. Yeah, now MTH did make some 3-rail stuff for the Märklin system. MTH did make some things for the Märklin system. Unfortunately, about the time I thought maybe I could get an American, I have actually looked for an MTH modern era Amtrak, and when I find one, the prices are just astronomical now. Oh, I'm familiar with the trying stuff and the Hornby stuff, but the flip side of the D-ring is it's the easiest to use and easy to hook up, but it's also the most unrealistic. And I'm not a rivet counter, but the D-rings have their pros and cons. And when you're from the UK and you grow up with those, that's what you know, and they're fine, they're great. When you're from Germany and you grow up with the Telex couplers, the Relics couplers, and the Fleischmann that's what you know and prefer. I didn't, I look at some of the fancy couplers that people buy, the KD couplers and that, and I can't see myself trying to switch everything over to those more realistic couplers. All right, Kieran, thank you. Take care. Yeah, hopefully Joyce will come down in a few minutes. Yeah, and as Raymond is saying here, there's a lot of the stuff that gets released over in America by Woodland Scenics and that are actually German companies that just sublet them out. They're made in China, but like a lot of your Woodland Scenics figurines are actually Fowler figurines that Fowler lets them repackage and sell under the Woodland, or their Noak. I forget, is it Noak or Fowler that does Woodland Scenic figures? Looking at scale trains for the XMTH. Yeah, but the problem is they're not making any of the 3-rail MTH stuff. They're not making that. They don't see a market for it. Speaking of which, here's the lovely Joyce. Yeah, hit live. Come up on the screen. Right there, live. Boom. Now you're all caught up. All right. Well, caught up for being 10 seconds behind or whatever. Let's see. Did that? That's good enough. Oh, you need the microphone. Microphone to Joyce. Joyce comes down and has to have the microphone because her voice just doesn't project. Mine projects, so I can send the microphone over. All right, now that you're here, I'm going to turn this off. So
You did the wrong thing.
it never did smoke. I don't know why it's not smoking. So I'm going to turn that off.
Alright, so hello everybody to start.
Holy cow.
So hi Colin. Hi Tom. Hi Bailey. Hi Ben.
It's mountain high. Valley is low.
Andy. Hey Tommy. Hi Dave.
Tommy's real name is Michael.
Okay, Tommy, you're Michael. That's confusing. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Choberton. I think I should know your name.
Oh, we didn't have Dominic today.
Hi, Happy.
Oh, I hope Dominic's okay.
Hi, Raymond. Hello, Artie.
All the Andes.
Your friend Stuart's taking over. Oh, so you got another bunny. Good. Okay, sure, it's a great Friday.
Wait, what? Who? What?
Yeah, it's Joyce. So, hi, Mick. Hello, Jean.
No, Stuart's the mouse.
Stuart's the mouse.
Remember Stuart Little? He named the mouse Stuart
Yes.
Little.
So, hi, Ian.
Hello.
Dino.
You.
Hi, Rick.
Choberton is Tony. I did just teach her your real name. I told her you're Michael.
Choberton is Tony. Okay, he's a Tony. All right, gotcha. So, okay, well, again, hi, everybody. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button.
Look how many views, supposedly.
Wow, that's amazing already. Wow,
Yeah.
look at that.
The lights aren't showing it, but
Yeah.
you
hit
gotta
the
go
like
Daisy
button.
again. Hit the like button. Jeff.
Hit the like button, gentlemen and ladies. If you have anybody, how's my Friday doing? Well, I kind of wrenched my knee again.
Too many walks.
Too many walks. It was a pain. I took a short walk today.
Okay. So I mentioned, Joyce and I will be putting up a video. Next week's live stream. Again, if you weren't here earlier, next week's live stream, we are having a thank you for 2,000 subscribers giveaway.
Yeah.
But
Suck
we always
it
make it a
up.
little fun challenge.
Why is this not
We're going to
coming
be
up?
playing a game next week called Where's Artie? Where
Yeah.
you will see this little
Are
guy.
you caught up with it?
Now, we will post a video and
Hi,
you'll get
Huntsville.
close-ups of the figure, but it's got to be this guy. And for each hour of the show, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock to 5
Yeah, we're
o'clock,
gonna make
5
a
o'clock to
video.
6 o'clock, he will be hidden in a different part of the layout, but obvious enough that as I go through the cameras, and I will be making damn sure I go through the cameras, and you just have to spot where he was. Where's Artie? And then you will submit. We'll tell you how to submit because we don't want you typing during the.
Yeah, right.
We don't want you typing
We
the
don't want
answers
other people
in the
coming
live
in.
stream
Oh, you went kind of
or
blue
in the
today,
comment
it
section
looks like.
after. We will tell you how to submit, and everybody who got all three.
Nobody's on that side of the track right now. Oh, interesting.
Anybody who got all three locations goes into the final drawing. The winner gets a
they're
$100
close.
gift certificate, $100 or more,
Yeah, that's true. Already was. Yeah.
Maybe 120 to the
Okay.
to
you're
the model
paying
train
attention.
shop of
I
your choice.
understand.
$60 for a second contender and $40 for the third contender.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I mean, we'd like to
Oh,
be
she
more
wants my
generous,
socks
but
in.
Joyce refuses to open the wallet any further.
Huh? What did you say?
I said we'd like to be more generous to it. Hey, Dave from Scott Rails, how are you?
Hey, Dave.
But we
So
will be
pop
doing...
on the layout, an early guess. Just the drunk Santa and his friends.
Uh-oh, Kyan's here. Wow, we haven't done this in a while. We got to do it now.
Oma, Oma.
Here we go. Are you ready? Over here.
Oma.
Kyan! Kyan, we love you.
Oma
Love you,
Everybody
Kyan.
potty drink free
Hi,
condoms
Kyan.
time.
Yesterday was a successful day overall.
It was pretty
We had a
much.
step forward. Now, whether we have two
Yeah,
steps
yeah.
backwards, I don't know.
Yeah. I think you should keep them all next week then to get them ready. Follow a routine.
But we
Ooh,
had
cold down here. Brr.
Dave from Scott Rail says he was sitting where you are.
Dave says that. No, Artie said that.
Yes, she answered your question. But you do have to understand, our grandson came on. When our grandson comes on live, oh, and Lindy, we love you too.
Yes,
and
we do. Of course we do. Did I read
I've got
your
too many
message?
things going on.
Did I read what message, Tommy?
Joyce, I'm a fan of Thomas.
yeah, I
the Tank.
read that. You were a fan of it. That's cool. Yeah, if you don't know, Cayenne is our grandson.
Chris and Lynn are his mommy and
Chris
daddy.
and Lindy are his, yeah, Lindy's our oldest daughter, and
Yep.
her husband's Christopher, or Chris. So, they're a lovely family.
So Kyan lives across town from us, but he
Yeah.
will come on and watch Opa and Oma. We
Uh-huh.
do German. We do German, so it's Opa and Oma.
Right. What do I think of the American Flyer? The one he has right now?
No, it's a model
Oh.
train company.
Oh, the company American Flyer.
She knows even less than I do.
Yeah. No,
When it comes to model trains,
I
she
have
knows
heard
less.
them only because oh hi Randall. Only because Anthony will take me to train shops and shows and things like that, and somebody is extremely restless, as you can see, and I will look around at a lot of things, so I do see things like that.
She tends to stand
So
back.
I don't know how well I could possibly say I know it, just that I have seen the boxes. So that's the best I can do. So anyway, already got a new rabbit? Is that what that is?
Say what?
Already got a new rabbit?
No.
What did he say he had then?
It was Stuart the mouse.
Oh, Stuart the mouse. That's right. Yeah, okay. You made friends with your mouse friend, I take it.
Yeah,
If you can't chase him, you might as well keep him, huh?
chasing packs of wild dingoes through the scrub. Nah, he's probably gonna be chasing after that kangaroo stuff.
Yeah, really. I saw just one of the groups I follow. Somebody had a wolf spider, clearly Australian, that they were quite fond of in their bathroom. Wondered if sometime it would let her pet it. Anyway, an interesting tidbit, she says, is you can shine a flashlight at night over the lawn, and all you see are these little bitty guys following you. So apparently you've got a ton of wolf spiders in your lawn. That freaked out a whole lot of people, like blow the house up, torch the lawn, all those drastic things. But it's okay. Stuart's getting closer. He's not running off much now, huh? I suppose to put him in a cage then and just keep him.
What? Cage a wild animal?
Well, why not? It's a mouse. What are you doing on there?
I was checking comment. And then I was also checking email to see
Yeah,
if
you
there's
love
any
spiders.
update.
Can you show
It
me
depends on what
something?
you're asking to show there, Michael.
Yeah, really.
Then again, you're not. You want to show her a link.
Yeah, you can do that.
There's a link, so you can right click on it.
Gotcha. I can't right click on it. You can.
Right click on it, open link in new tab. Bam, American Flyer. So now you got a whole video with a commercial. The American Flyer Polar Express.
Oh, okay, got it. GWR. Abandoned toy car. Did we see this one, I think?
I don't know. I never saw the movie, but you may have seen it with your students.
Oh, I didn't see the movie. I thought we saw GWR opening this.
Somebody we knew opened a Polar Express, but I don't think this one. Okay, we can't
then.
ignore our audience
right.
too long.
Yeah, we can't. So, okay, we got it.
Oh, speaking of which, hold the fort, dear. I'll be back real fast.
Oh, yeah, always ads. There's
Talk
always
trains.
ads.
Explain what an ICE-4 is.
I don't know. We've ridden them. Are you kidding? We stop and take pictures of them when we see them. First, we probably stop and take pictures at all of the ICEs, and probably the ICs, and possibly the Regio bonds, and then possibly some of the independent groups. I have no idea what Anthony's after, but we're going to do that. If you get a camper van on the top of it, I'll give you a big kiss. Oh my.
At least one thing that was supposed to come today came today.
Oh yeah, I meant to go out and get it. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, she knocked on the door, but you know, with the knee, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that. You
And I
take
mangled it
easy.
again.
Fumble!
Oh, it was his knife he dropped. Yeah,
That's not a knife. That's a screwdriver.
It's a screwdriver. I bruised my foot the other day. I dropped my conditioner. It's almost full.
Great. Could you just stop injuring yourself for a little while, my
I
love?
know.
Just for a few days.
Oh, I know that.
The runs to the emergency room and the stairs. What'd you do
Right.
to your wife this time?
I understand that. No, I just bruised it. It didn't hurt it.
Okay, I
more
gotta
than
go
bruising it.
solo live stream. Oh,
Ah,
Artie.
hey Rick.
Part of the
He lives
Find
in Owasso,
Artie
Michigan.
game. Where's Artie?
How far is Owasso?
How far is what?
Owasso, Michigan.
Owasso. Owasso is where Deb and Dean got married.
Oh, is that Owasso?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Gotcha. It was
Artie,
was
to
pretty.
go with your figure,
Oh, you
I
did.
didn't want you being alone on my layout, Artie.
Oh my goodness. I can't quite see what you're showing. Isn't coming up.
Guess
yet.
where they'll be next Friday. I so got to get a red light.
Yes, you do.
Gotta see if I can jerry rig something.
Ah. Yeah, you probably could. It's about 3 hours. Thanks, Rick. But yeah, they lived, south of Saginaw, north of Flint. That gives
Wausau
you an
isn't
area.
that far up.
So Wausau,
not
it
3
wasn't
hours.
far from, I want to say it's closer to Flint.
Yeah. Over in the middle. For us, it's
Artie's on top
Less
of
than
Uluru
2.5
in a
hours.
camper van. Uluru, yeah, we know what that is.
yeah. You get shot for that.
Yeah, that really wouldn't be a cool scene. I didn't come back to life. No, this is not progressing. I don't know why it's not.
What's that?
My live chat on here. I'll figure out. I didn't give you a like on it. 42. Look at you.
We
Now
have,
you
we
can
have
say
oh, we broke 40 likes already. Well, that's
Yeah,
cool.
we did. It's
But
great.
I want to know why we're getting dozens, hundreds of people are checking in.
Checking in.
That's got to
though.
be a screw up. I can't believe we've had 434 people have popped in. They just pop in, hang for a minute. Okay, let's see what this is about.
All right, Michael, we'll check it out later.
And then, of course,
live.
you also said that you would do a request song live to celebrate 2,000 subs.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you don't remember saying that?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I don't.
So you guys vote now. Which song did you want Joyce to sing live?
Oh.
Pick which song she'll refuse to sing live.
There you go.
We'll make both sides happy. You pick the song you want her to sing, and she'll say no.
Just so we're all on the same page.
Well, now... Let me see what Raymond's popping in. Everybody's popping links in during my show.
Popping links in here in the middle of the
There's
show.
stuff they want me to check out. Oh, look at that. Euro City of the PKP. Those are sharp.
Yeah, sure.
They've got them in stock now. Raymond, should I buy them out in front of you just so you can't have them?
Oh, that would be mean.
That would be mean. Those are sharp.
So Artie says we need to get you the Aussie Christmas sled. Okay, why do you have a Christmas sled, Artie? It's summer when you have Christmas.
There's a double meaning in that.
Okay, silly me.
It's going to depend on what Scale Trains does with the tooling. I thought I read that they were not even going to try to revive anything 3-rail. There wasn't enough in it. I want to join the special stream. My railway is fascinated with you now. Okay. But yeah, it's not a special stream. It's just my stream next Friday, my live stream next Friday. I'll be holding this contest.
Yep. How are they going to submit it?
Are you my daddy, Artie?
How are they supposed to submit things? To your email?
Yeah, I said we will reveal. Oh, we still have a video to do.
Yes, we do.
If somebody would stop forgetting that I want to do that video.
I wasn't forgetting. I was waiting for you to say, hey, let's go do that video.
And then when I brought it up, you're like, I got to take a bath.
That was
blah, blah,
last
blah.
night.
Yeah. And tonight it's the boat. And tomorrow you want to take the boat out.
Well, I'll say it's chilly
I thought it was spaghetti.
in Australia right now. Yo, Daddy. Oh, don't start that, Artie. That doesn't work here.
No, I'm her daddy. I felt those eyeballs long before I saw them. We've been together too long.
Okay, we haven't. Well, it hasn't been too long, but
No, not too long.
certainly a significant amount of time.
A significant amount of time.
I don't tell people that in Melbourne. It's pretty nippy in Melbourne. Wasn't that bad when we were there, but it was getting worse.
Yeah. Oh, it can get cold. We were cold the whole time. Even when the temperature was like 51, 52, we're just, ooh.
It felt chilly.
And
yeah.
Monsville had warned us that the temperatures down there would feel colder, and they were right. It was colder.
You ended up in Krakow? Sticking your tongue to a bowl? Polish?
But bum.
Yeah, okay, now I'm with you. It took me a moment.
You didn't end up just in Krakow. You ended up you stuck your tongue on a pole, and you ended up in a Krakow
Oh, that's
jailhouse.
That's warm, Andy. You gotta get the right A sound here. That's a pretty warm day for you. It's about where we were.
Yeah, we started getting into the 80s when we were in the UK, and that felt hot.
Yeah, it did. We weren't lucky
82 in
for that.
Toledo is, let's open the windows and turn off the air conditioner.
Oh, okay.
82 in the UK was,
Yeah, it was, yeah. You know, we have air conditioning.
what is Axines? It's 46
Railway
outside
lane.
with these gale force winds.
getting
Ooh,
put-
that sounds cold. Artie's gonna blow
Oh,
away.
that would be cold, Artie. Whoop.
Artie's gonna blow away.
He is.
Blow away, blow away, blow away.
Well, hopefully they're westward winds and you'll blow into the States. We will adopt you.
See, I've been trying to switch things, trying to talk a bit about the parody songs. Like, we've got 42 songs.
You see, nobody put up in one they wanted.
Yeah, nobody actually put up a song they wanted Joyce to sing. Wow. Apparently, this is not your biggest fan group.
It's clearly not.
Joyce, I would really love to hear you. Not one person typed that. No, they're like, no, that's all right.
No, they don't even know what they should ask.
But,
But
we've got 42 songs we've done.
Yeah.
What would be a greatest hits album now?
Oh, those are the winner. Yeah. Ooh, woof.
The gas axe is an enemy of the railway preservationists.
I do not think we understand.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to figure out. What do you mean there's been a lot of axes?
what do you mean
When you
by
say axes,
axes?
we're thinking trees getting chopped down.
Trees or people getting fired is axing.
Or people getting fired.
In America, that is. I'm thinking this could be a Britishism that we don't know.
Yeah, you gotta remember, we speak American.
Yeah.
Und Deutsch, aber das ist ein großes Problem.
Hold on.
Did you just... Railways axe, as in pulled up, removed?
As in taken apart. Yeah.
British Rail Reorganization, the Beeching Report.
Well,
Okay,
clearly
so now...
everybody else knows what they're
Well, they're
talking
all UK
about. I mean, I
guys,
think
so-
we're getting it. But, oh, that caught up in a second.
They're usually filled with a lot of stink gas. That's too much information.
Agreed. TMI there.
At least it wasn't on an island. Now that would have been... Okay, so it is job reductions. Gotcha.
Oh, thank you.
Because, yeah, we do use the term axing, but
Right.
unfortunately we were just being a little dull trying to
Well,
figure
fit
out...
it into what you were saying.
To
So,
fit it in.
yeah, they're cutting
Yeah,
down tracks and, yeah, or cutting down...
See, I do said a lot of people
Roots.
would have been... A lot of people have been axed, or a lot of positions have been axed. We would have been right with you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, reorganization... British Rail. I mean, that's
It's
weird because
all
aren't they all private? I mean, because
All
this is the thing, like they're talking
private
about in Australia, they're doing it, and in other countries, driverless trains. Oh, hell no. No, 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 no. I do not want some person sitting in a room on a computer system running the train. We don't need a driver. We could save money. We don't need a driver. No, 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 no. I want somebody who's alive and in there and can react. Because what happens is, oops, somebody trips over the extension cord and now your entire computer system is on the fritz. Who stops the train?
Or, like this morning, there was a bunch of global systems offline.
Yeah, a bunch of global systems went offline.
It disrupted a lot of airfare. Or air travel, I should say. So, you know, yeah, crap like that happens, then you're really in
Dieselization
trouble.
in 55, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we got it. We got it now.
understood. Yeah, you needed just a little
We
bit
just,
more
there's just some
information.
words in there missing to help us put context in.
Right.
But that's how it is.
Okay. All right, but you weren't offline
Yeah, the
or anything, were
CrowdStrike.
you,
CrowdStrike
Rob?
security
Right?
update outage. Yep. But yeah, a lot of people got screwed.
Oh, is that what it was? See, I didn't know the reason why. Oh, yuck. That stinks.
Hey, Terry's Trades, welcome. G'day. And Wooddorp, Colin, how are you? Great to have you, Sir Colin. And Sir Terry.
Sean, your trains are running driverless.
No, they have a driver. Me.
Yeah.
Jean Ricard,
Yeah.
I know you keep struggling with this concept. They're only models.
Right. We were on
It's
a
only a model. They're just model trains. They're not real. No real people.
driverless.
Your trains don't stop at stations and pick up passengers. If my trains did stop off at the station, no passengers would get on, no passengers would get off. Because on the vast majority of model train passenger cars, the doors don't open. And the figures staying on the stations don't walk. They don't move unless you move them. It's all a fantasy. It's all a fantasy.
So yeah, we were on a driverless train in the
Oh, I could do Aldo Nova.
when we were in
You just are going to ignore that.
I sort of finished Canadian Airlines in Toronto. That was a driverless train that took us to
Yeah,
and
well,
back
the one
from
in the one in Detroit is driverless
yeah,
too.
that one is too.
The trams.
It's a closed system, so there's a limited number of things that could get hurt on it.
Life is just a fantasy. Can you live this fantasy? Oh, I could.
The passengers wear parachutes. Well, Santa just got off the Delmenhorst station, but they were being arrested because they were all intoxicated.
Yeah, but
They
you'll
had
notice
42
he's been in the
cars.
process of being arrested since 2019.
And they're all still drunk. So
And they're all still drunk.
it's a miracle anybody got anything the last 6 years. 5 years?
Yes, there are some DCC
Yeah,
opening
we know
coaches.
there are.
Märklin,
Yeah.
of course, Raymond, you remember Märklin did that one class
Audio, or
41, the class
visual one.
648.
Audio visual, I'm sorry, just
They did
visual.
that 648 with the doors, that had the video screen that played the doors opening and closing and passengers getting on and off. And my buddy Jim Hovermotion showed how to fix and upgrade the video screen that was the doors, and it was brilliant because the screens went red.
All right, bye, Michael.
All right, Michael, take care. Thanks for
Thanks
hanging
for
with
coming
us.
in.
All right, Edward, thank you for hanging with us. Much appreciated. It's always appreciated people come and hang with
Yeah,
us.
we sure do. Appreciate you bouncing in.
Well, I prefer they walked in.
All right, stopping in.
Bouncing. You bounce in.
I bounce in.
You always bounce.
I do.
One way or another.
One way or another, yep.
Eyes above the neckline, honey. So there you go. A Canadian rock singer, Aldo Nova.
Yeah.
Could I do Fantasy as one of his, as a train song? I've already got a few lines in my head, so it might happen.
Oh my goodness.
And then you'll say, no, you can't sing it. Don't look at me like that.
Damn.
I had 3-4 songs I wanted you to sing, and you're like, no, I can't sing it. No, I can't sing it. And then what have you been asking me for the last week? Don't you have any songs for me to sing?
Yeah, but I want songs I know really well.
Yeah, you see, you're limiting me. You're harshing my creative side, is what you're
I don't
doing.
need to be harshing your creative side. It's just my
You just keep picking.
my creative side isn't singing them very well.
Behave, Andy.
Oh,
I said eyes above the neckline. He says,
Oh.
my eyes don't reach that high. Thank God.
oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Turn into a religion. religious show, I see.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you are wearing a halo.
yeah. We're going to dinner at the bar tonight.
If you want to, we can, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Never mind. Distillery, that's what it is.
The what?
Distillery, that's the name.
No, it's not. Doc Watson's.
Doc Watson's. That's
Distillery is a bar, but
not
if you
that
want to go
one.
to the distillery, I don't know. Do they even serve food
Food?
there?
I don't know either. Knock it off with them negative waves.
Moriarty.
Don't you
There
dig
you
how
go.
beautiful it is out here?
Why don't you dig how righteous and beautiful it is?
Maybe that's a good one.
Why don't you say something righteous and beautiful for a change? Crap. Crap. Oh, there you go again, Moriarty. It's too early in the morning for those negative waves. Oh man, I'm eating some wine. I'm drinking some wine, eating some cheese. Oh, Moriarty says crap.
That was a
Crap.
funny movie.
It is one of the greats. Cruelty from me.
Oh, just wait till next summer. You crazy Dane.
Jean Ricard is going to go swimming in Abeltoft and not
Could
return.
be. Could be.
He's going to take a long walk off a short cliff. There are no cliffs in Denmark.
I had to explain that to my dental hygienist. I
There
got
are
my
no
teeth
mountains in
cleaned
Denmark except
yesterday.
when the women lay down to sunbathe.
You know, because I explained our little detour in Hawaii. I said we weren't dressed for Hawaii. We were dressed for almost winter in Australia. She says, why
All
is
right.
it almost winter?
I'm
Southern
cruel to my
Hemisphere?
figures. Now, yes, passengers on trains have to have their legs cut off, but I'm not the only one that does that. Anybody who tries to fit HO scale passengers into their HO scale passenger coaches has to cut off legs.
Also
I am
has
not the
a
only one.
leg
And at least
guillotine.
I express remorse for it, unlike some Danes. Jean Ricard, don't you have an Irish monastery you need to go raid?
And Artie, you don't need to be joining him, buddy. Say hello to Randall.
In fact, I'm nice. I'm nice to my figures. Even my Artie figure gets a couple of friends to hang out with.
That's right. What a buddy.
See, I was taking care. I treat my figures as well as they can be treated.
Anyway, I have a tooth I really need him to take care of. I was too busy talking about my trip. By the time the dentist came in, I decided it was way too late. We'll just talk about it next time. It's not going away. They are the wrong ruse.
Oh, Artie, I didn't know you had a favorite type.
I know. Did you need to get the gray ones? I think you got brown ones.
These are the red ones.
The reds.
It just says kangaroo, kangaroo,
Kangaroo.
king.
Yeah.
It's got the S sound. Kangaroo, kangaroo,
Kangaroo.
kangaroo. Made in Germany, hand painted
Yeah.
in Mauritius.
Obviously labeled in Germany. Yeah, we know Greys are in your area. But you traveled around a lot. You remember that job you had where you were going all around the country?
Yeah, you were a driver, Artie. We know you had a kangaroo in every
Port.
port, every bush, every station.
Oh yeah, but you aren't chopping legs off when you order a train. Are you, Randall?
Besides, Artie, I swear you said on the live stream once you preferred redheads.
There you go. Anthony's catering to your tastes. How about that? Wow, you had 28 people and you're down to 16.
Yeah, we lost a bunch.
Wow, I know if you said goodbye. Apparently, we were talking about Artie's relatives and they took off.
His
People are
ex-in-laws.
way too weird. Or it might have been the Santa thing. I don't know, hard to tell.
Well, there he is. We mentioned you just a little while ago. Hello, Dominique. Wie geht's? Wie
Hello,
steht's?
Dominic.
But I never got over like 33, 34 people in at one time.
Right.
And yet,
That says you're
what is
closing
going
in
on? How many people are
500.
popping in today? Why am I suddenly getting all
I
these?
know. I don't know.
It's my first one over
It's probably
2,000.
because
Doesn't
you
mean.
went 2,000 and like, he's going to do a contest. We need to all come in.
Well, they weren't wrong.
Well, and I think you know, limit it to people who've been a member for the last week or something.
People who come to my live streams more than once.
Wow, that's really limited.
People have chatted.
Yeah. No bozos.
Regulars only know bozos. Wait a minute, that's contradictory, isn't it? Wait. I thought my regulars were bozos.
Well, they keep coming back. There's got to be something going on. Thank you, Val. It'd be nice if we hit 50
Man,
with our 17 people.
people must have thought checks were being passed out.
It could be.
People thought the bills were being handed out. The waitresses will be coming around with your bills. Oh crap, we gotta get out of here.
Wow. Maybe you were cold, Artie. Right, you need to put socks on.
Rhombozoids, rhombozoids, rhombozoids. Here, Knights of the Rhomboid
You're
Table.
a twonk. Well,
Even
yeah.
I don't even remember the lyrics, and I wrote the damn song. Where Knights of the Rhomboid Table, our host is quite
He
unstable.
got a Hot Wheels monster truck VW Beetle. Peace out, man.
The VW Beetle.
All right, peace out.
I just can't see a VW Beetle as a monster truck. I know it can be done, but it's still a VW Beetle. Which looks like a little bit of metallic
That'll
dinosaur
wake you
food.
up. Especially if you have hoppers crashing into your window. Or cockatoos. You're having
Wait, did you say hoppers? I got a couple of hoppers right here. Hoppers.
I know. I think you can call yourself whatever you want. You just belong to it. Hello, Eric. You're never late. You come when you come, and that's perfect.
That's right. No such thing as late. You come when you decided you could come. A Dodge Charger monster truck would kind of be
It's
cool,
not
except
a-
I'd be looking at go, why would you do
It's
that
not
to a beautiful
truck.
Charger?
Yeah, it doesn't make
Why
sense.
would you do that to a beautiful Charger? Put regular wheels on it. I'm just glad it wasn't Alex. That would have been a
Like
crime.
a shadow. Makes you sound like a spy.
Dodge Charger limousine. No, that would ruin it. The Dodge
Yeah,
Charger has to be
stretching
that
it out, that would be
two-door,
weird.
two-door, the
Four-door.
original Dodge Charger, two-door.
All right. Yeah, we have 4 doors.
With a
so
trunk
come
big
on.
enough to fit 7 bodies the Mafia one to dispose of.
Right. Of course, your 71 was a 2-door.
I come, I go like a shadow.
Piece of shit. All you see is a shadow.
I come, I go
I
like
don't
a
think
bad date.
anything should be.
I come, I go like a bad one-night stand. Good night, folks.
Yeah, good night, folks.
A double front-end Charger. No. Don't do these horrible things. Leave Chargers
Yeah,
as they
leave
are in
them
their
alone.
perfect state.
I personally think monster trucks should be trucks to start with.
Yeah, you can
Not
get a
car
Dodge
that
Ram
you
monster truck.
Jack up and put ginormous wheels on. That's just me, though.
Who was
so-
the first guy who did that? I looked at a pickup truck and said, "You know what that thing needs? It needs wheels about 20 times too big.
Or, yeah, that'd be cool. We can run over stuff.
Dodge Chargers were hot rod sports cars, but you could fit 4 across the front seat, 4 across the back seat, and 7 or 8 in the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, we did discuss dinner. We're going to go out.
Ah, you missed it. She asked me if I wanted to go. She said, did I want to go to the bar for dinner? And we all know what the bar is. Well, you don't, but
Yeah, because
it's
I
a
keep-
local bar that also serves good burgers called Doc Watson's. It originally started as a pool hall, and then the
Yeah.
bar part of it became bigger and more popular, and then the pool tables kept disappearing. Now I think they have one.
Oh, pool table?
Yeah,
Yeah. At least one.
and about 40 tables.
Yeah. Can get crowded in there. And very, very noisy. I like my
Oh, the
turkey
Dodge
sandwich.
ambulance from Airplane. Now that one you might talk me into, Dominic. Ich könnte das vielleicht kaufen.
Or a drop air, right.
Yeah, those drop bears. I should have gotten a koala too. See if they had a koala.
Oh, belongs up in the trees.
I'd get one and
put
paint it
Artie
in
in the
ninja
tree.
gear. It's a drop bear. It's a ninja koala. About
Well,
to
you
take
could.
Artie out.
At Doc's.
Doc Watson's, yeah, we like it. I mean, again,
Yeah, it's not a doctor's office. It is a bar.
well, the Charger Daytona, the Daytona was designed to be, yeah, it was designed for the NASCAR racing circuit, and it became popular enough, people began buying the attachments to put on their stock Dodges, and then by 71, 72, it was selling, and today it's the most, any version of the Dodge Daytona Charger with the Super B setup is the most expensive aftermarket Dodge you can find. Because Dodge owns number 1 and number 2 most valuable in terms of what the car originally cost versus what it cost aftermarket. We're not talking individual, we're talking as a class.
Or is that with a very big spoiler thing?
The Plymouth Barracuda Dodge Challenger is number 1. And then Dodge Charger is number 2 in terms of highest selling aftermarket cars. In other words, you could buy a Dodge Charger for $900, $1,100 in 1969, and now to buy a 1969 Charger in good condition is $90,000, $100,000, $150,000.
Is that the one with the very big spoiler thingy?
Yes, big spoiler and big pointy front end. Now they use the Daytona name with other Charger models as well, but the original Dodge Daytona, or the Dodge Super B Daytona, was with the long pointy head, sort of like you had the Super Bird was the Plymouth version. You had the Super Bird and the Super B. And Richard Petty drove both. He drove the Daytona Super B. But the thing is, you could have a Super B as a Dodge Polaris as well. You could get the Dodge Polaris Super B, which also had the extended wild spoiler and the front end wedge on it.
We should look for koala while we were in Australia.
We did look for koalas while we were in Australia. We didn't see any.
No, figure.
Oh, yeah.
Whale tail?
But Super Bird was Plymouth, and it was the Plymouth Fury or the Plymouth Satellite. And then the Super B was Dodge. But like I said, you could have a Dodge Daytona Charger Super B. You could have a Dodge Daytona Charger, Dodge Daytona Charger Super B, or you could have a Dodge Polaris Super B. Polara, not Polaris. Polara. Hello.
You just beat.
One of my diesels just said, I'm going to beat because I can.
Yeah. Do you have one out? I didn't think you had a diesel out.
No, the Herc is a diesel.
Oh.
And the ESU one is a diesel.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking the wrong thing. Yep. Are they
where's
easier in other places already?
Yeah, the animal zoos.
Besides the zoos. Wow, that's not going to stop anybody with that kind of...
Listen to that, though.
Yeah, but that horn wasn't stopping anybody.
But, yeah, that diesel and the other diesel I was running, the Herc, both had that same sort of horn.
Oh, hey, Greg. How's that baby doing? Girl or boy? Boy.
Baby boy.
Yeah.
Grandbaby boy.
So 2 boys. Yeah, they thought it was going to be a girl. And it wasn't. Gotcha, Artie. Well, of course, that's one of the nice things about your area is how forested it was. So, or it is, I should say, not was.
Well, at least we saw live kangaroos
In Melbourne with Greg, yeah.
with Greg. We saw actual, in their natural habitat, kangaroos. That was cool. Because
Yeah.
we did see them at an animal park, along with koalas. I got to hold a koala. And,
Then you pet it.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, you had to pay extra to hold it.
Yeah, you had to pay. That's right. You had to pay extra. And it's a famous koala. It's been in movies.
Oh, how nice. That is very sweet. Yeah, I've heard that too, that their fingerprints are similar to humans.
That's that ESU one.
This is why we don't run our trains while we don't run our trains while we are live, because they are very noisy.
Yep. Definitely, they get noisy.
So pay koalas to do crimes and you're good.
What?
Oh, sure.
They train
So your
koalas to do
train's fun.
crimes. Train them.
Yeah, train them early.
Go ahead, leave your fingerprints. We can't find these fingerprints in anybody's system.
anybody's database,
Wait, nope, they're in the
right?
Australian database. We got them.
Book 'em.
This is Kevin Koala. He's wanted in 3 Australian provinces.
Considered armed and dangerous. Yeah, just hard to talk over them though.
Oh, you're setting up the trains now for them. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great. Just 2 little grandsons over. One doesn't care at all, but the other one does.
Yeah, Kyan has lost interest in my trains.
He'll come back.
We'll see.
He'll come back. Don't doubt it for a minute. Yeah, Anthony used to put on, you guys, if you had like a running session on, or were, I think even the, you know, if you were train spotting, which I know is what we call it anymore, rail fanning, kind of like to watch those videos.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyan likes to watch videos where trains are moving, whether it's model
Yeah.
trains or real trains. He will.
That's when he was little. I don't think he does it now, does he?
No, the problem is Kyan comes in and he wants
Oh, yeah,
Paw Patrol.
that's true. He wants Cayenne TV.
Kyan. That's what he calls it.
Yeah,
Can Opa TV be over and now Cayenne TV
yeah, he doesn't
time?
watch Opa TV anymore.
No, we're watching my
You
train.
should see if he'll watch one though. Say, hey, how about what you watched earlier?
You're
you
going
know, it's a while
Bush?
ago. Oh, well, okay then.
You're going to Australia and going bush.
Hope you can still get internet access. We'd miss you. I don't know if I missed
Is that
anything or
code?
not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that code?
Yeah, people that take care of stuff for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he did that for a while, but now... And the thing is, I never wanted to discourage him. I never wanted to
That's the
discourage
best part
him.
about it.
So, you know, yes, you can run these trains, you do that. But the biggest thing that seems to have... He used to be allowed to stand on the table or sit in the middle of the table. And since I've been building the Fowler car area and painted that area, I won't put him in the middle of the table. So he's like, okay, if I can't go in the middle of the table, I'm not going to watch trains here.
Who said anything about a hole?
Well, Artie
There's
did
a-
mention hiding the body.
I know, but there's a lot of bush you can hide them in.
Yeah, you don't need to dig a hole out in the bush.
Australian bush. you know.
There's lots of areas out there.
Yeah, nobody find you in a long time where they can just toss you down a canyon or something. It's very rugged.
Plenty of those. Plenty of those.
Wombats got them done?
Yeah, wombats are the ones you got to watch out for. Artie will tell you the horror stories of wombats and getting into the road and cars just going whoa, right over the wombat. You've paid off the wombats.
Ooh, wild pigs.
Oh
Terribly
yeah,
dangerous.
the wild boars.
Yeah.
Those are nasty here in the United States.
Yeah. They can gore ya, kill ya.
And the problem is some
They're
pigs
fu-
that get
they're
away
feet
from
are
farm. What's that?
The feet are pulled on barefoot.
I'm sorry.
Should have put
What do
my
you want me
socks
to
on
do?
down. Nothing. Warm them up.
Okay, bring them up. Yeah, you don't lift that knee up.
Oh, I got it. Thanks. Citing all the foot pedicures.
There you go. I'm not one,
Oh, you know.
but I know you like your feet rubbed,
I
so
do.
you know. Trains and foot fetish. There you go. It's a combo. Can't be beat.
Invasive species? Hey, there's another one.
Speaking of foot fetish, rub my feet.
Hey, would you warm them up?
All pigs can be dangerous if you treat them wrong. Well, there's that too.
You wasted your money. They're schemers.
Although Porky doesn't scare me.
Porky?
Believe, that's all, you motherfucker. That's Porky's killing line.
Yes, it is.
Believe, that's all, motherfucker.
Could just go up and get socks, but then again, you're down to 4 minutes, so. Now you gotta figure out your hiding spots. Did you stop your aircraft?
Say what?
Did you stop your
Yes.
aircraft? Okay.
Yes, it is that time to start slowing things down and bringing them to a bit of a stop.
Okay.
Bleep, that's all, folks. Bleep, that's all, folks. Although I think I'm going to like mine better. I've done a lot of strange things regarding the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes Merry Melody characters. You haven't lived until you and your friends decided to do something crazy and walked into a midnight porn movie just so you could take the script and then start talking over it in all the various Bugs Bunny character voices. Half the guys in the audience were laughing, the other half were screaming for us to get kicked out. I think we lasted about half an hour before we got fully removed.
Escorted.
All right. Well, anyhow,
Oh,
you're off
have
to Wales
fun.
to lie low.
Wales
Apparently
is
the bush.
pretty. Yeah.
But it's all pretty. Most of the world's pretty. There's just ugly parts to some of it. But anyhow, so once again, we've come to the end of a Friday stream. Everybody's running for the door before the waitresses can pass out the...
Wow, you went back to 27. You just had a...
Yeah, we were way down. Now everybody's coming in just as we're getting ready to go.
Had a lull there.
So anyhow, thank you for sharing part of your Friday with us again. We are very deeply indebted to you all, just as we're deeply indebted for the 2,000 subs we've reached.
It's crazy.
Which is
Most of
crazy.
you have been around for a long
and
time. We appreciate that.
the views on this live stream are insane. This has got to be a glitch in the program
That
because
is nuts.
it's got to be a glitch.
Yeah.
Normally, I end my stream with about somewhere between 175 and 250 views, and this thing is saying there's been 513 views so far. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But the likes are about the same.
Yeah.
But
no difference on the likes.
give us a like because we like you.
Right.
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 So on that note, on behalf of the amazing Joyce and myself, I hope we pass the audition. No, I've got blisters on my fingers.
Any others?
We're gonna say. Yeah. Don't ask because I'll start thinking.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and Martin O'Keefe, hello and good night. Thank you
Hello,
for
Martin.
hanging in there. So we're gonna say Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Dinner time.